Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of My Parents' House. Today we're going to be talking about framing the addition. Now in further episodes we're going to be talking about framing the room that we're going to be building on the inside, but today we're basically going to be talking just about this structure. We'll also be talking about pre-treating the lumber for the actual framing. Now in Arizona we have a lot of problems with subterranean termites, wood-boring beetles, carpenter ants, and other such vermin that get into your wood and destroy the frame of your house. We're going to be talking about what you can do to pre-treat that lumber and not have that problem occur. So let's get started with the framing. So since I'm going to be mixing this Bora Care, I didn't want to get it all over my good shirt, so I changed into something a little more comfortable. The guys are working on doing the framing. I'm going to mix up the Bora Care here, and this is going to be a one-to-one mixture because here in Arizona we do have those subterranean termites, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix this stuff in this bucket. So take off the top, and the stuff is really thick. So you get yourself a 5-gallon bucket and you pour the entire contents. You can see it's very thick. And we're gonna pour it all into this 5-gallon bucket. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some warm to hot water, but we're not going to pour in the whole thing. And the reason being is you want to be able to pour some back in this container to thin it out. So let's pour in like 3/4. Oh, we'll just pour in a little more. And now we're going to take our drill with our stir and we'll stir it up a little bit. Now let's add that extra hot water to this Bora Care container. And we'll put the lid on it. Shake it up. And let's pour the rest of the contents into the bucket. We'll mix it up. Okay, that looks like it's thoroughly mixed. We'll just shake off the end here, and we're going to pour the contents into our sprayer. I've got a 2-gallon sprayer here, and we're gonna pour this 1-to-1 mixture in here. We'll put it on the top, pump it up, and we're ready to go. So we're going to be starting the Bora Care application, and basically what I'm going to be doing is spraying the back sides first all the way up and the faces, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat that, but on the other side I'm going to be doing the faces of the actual wood. So here it is. I'm going to spray first. I'm going to saturate the base, and then I'm going to also spray the face of the wood here, and I'm going to do it for at least 2 feet. I'm doing it a little higher because I want to get a little better coverage and also get across the face. And I'm going to continue this, and I'll see you guys on the other side. So now we're going to continue this here in this direction, like this, making sure to get the other side of the framing, and going at least 2 feet, and getting the base. And then we're going to do this for the other side of the frame section. There's a small crack in the concrete here, and in the Bora Care directions, they say it's a good idea to spray all cracks. And that's what I'm going to do to make sure that if there's any intrusion from subterranean termites and they try to crawl through this crack at a later date, we'll be covered. Well, they got the other side of the framing up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to spray the other side of the framing and get that all covered. Now I use this pretty generously, and I am using it in a 1-to-1 ratio. Sometimes you can use it as a 1-to-5. You can use it as a 1-to-3. But here in Arizona, they recommend doing it as a 1-to-1 ratio. Well, it's about 5 o'clock in the evening. The guys have gone home. It's about 112 degrees. And a few minutes ago, Jim Sparks from Nisus, which is the company that makes Bora Care, stopped by to say hello. I had invited him over because I wanted to use Bora Care because it's a great product here in Arizona, because we have those subterranean termites that are absolutely positively horrible, and I wanted to make sure that the framing on my house was going to be free of any type of vermin. So Jim stopped over and we talked briefly, and this is what he had to say. We're here speaking with Jim Sparks, who's from Nisus Corporation, the makers of Bora Care, the chemical that I'm using to treat all my framing here in my new addition. Jim is here to tell us a little bit about Bora Care and how it's used. Jim?
Fantastic. Jeff, I appreciate you inviting us to come down and share some time with you. Happy to be part of my parents' house remodel here. So Bora Care, quite simply, the active ingredient is DOT, or disodium octaborate tetrahydrate, and in simpler terms, it is just borate mineral mined from the earth.
So it's natural stuff.
It is mined right out of California and a couple other places around the world that have it.
So tell us, here in Arizona, we have a lot of problems with basically, more than anything else, subterranean termites. But now we're having problems with some drywood termites, wood-eating beetles, that type of stuff. Tell us about how Bora Care works on the actual framing material and in the members of the wood. And also, I understand it's really good as an antifungal, anti-mold agent.
You nailed it. Bora Care is the perfect and ideal product for any wood-destroying organism. So you can treat the wood members following the label instructions, and you can kill drywood termites, dampwood termites, formosan termites, mold, fungus, beetles, wood-boring weevils, all of it. You can stop them and kill them.
Well, tell us, since it's a natural product, tell us how it works on the actual insect and what it does as to how it stops them and helps.
Right. So once these organisms get into the wood, chew into the wood, or try to exit the wood, it interrupts the digestive system of the insect. They don't have a liver, so they can't metabolize the borate, and they basically just starve to death.
Now, as far as application, why don't you tell us a little bit about the application? I applied it as a 1-to-1, okay, on the first 2 to 3 feet. Tell people why it's good here in Arizona to use a 1-to-1 concentrate, and then do the rest of the structure if they want in a 1-to-5.
Right. another beautiful piece of Bora Care. So the bottom 24 inches, you treat it that 1-to-1 ratio. That's what's recommended for the pre-treatment portion. And if you want to do a remedial or preventative treatment, you can do it at a 5-to-1 ratio and do the rest of the wood timbers in the whole house and then enclose it.
Well, that sounds really, really great. I really appreciate you coming over and spending the time to talk to us and tell the people what Bora Care is and what a great product it is.
It is fantastic, and it gets you away from all those soil pre-treatments. You no longer have to go out there, put hundreds of gallons of termiticide underneath your house, around your house. It's just not necessary anymore. Today's technology, we can treat the timbers of the house and give you that same protection from subterranean termites and every other wood-destroying organism.
Well, thanks for your time today, Jim.
Oh, happy to be here.
And so there you have it. You've got Jim Sparks here from Bora Care, and if you want to get a hold of the Bora Care product from Nisus, you can go to the Nisus website. Why don't you tell them what the website is?
Just go to nisuscorp.com, and our entire product line is there, including Bora Care.
And they'll also tell you where to get it.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up episode 2 of My Parents' House, where we took care of the framing today. In our next episode, we're going to be dealing with building the trusses for the roof. So until next time, I'm Jeff from My Parents' House saying bye-bye until next time.